Mommy, don't get mad is the worst opening statement of any conversation. When my daughter calls and those are the first things out of her mouth, I know that I need to take a deep breath and find a chair really quickly so I can sit my ass down before I pass out. Boom. And this is at the end of a very bad day. My day today has been so hectic, okay? I haven't had a moment to think, a moment to breathe. It is 6:29, okay? And I haven't had lunch. I had breakfast at 10. I still haven't had lunch. And I am dying of thirst, which reminds me, I'm probably just gonna drink this bottle of wine while I make myself that amazing burger. So check this out. I get off the train, I'm enjoying my walk. It starts drizzling on my brand new Uggs. It's okay, because there's nothing that's gonna rob me of my joy. At least that's the decision that I've made. And my baby calls me on the phone and she says that to me. Mama, please don't get mad. I'm like, I'm not gonna get mad. I'm like, are you okay? I can hear the distress. I'm like, but I'm not gonna get mad. Are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. She's like, Mama, I got into an accident. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I got burned and I hit a car. So I'm like, burned while driving. So first of all, I'm like, what were you doing that you got burnt in the car? And she's like, Mom, I spilled my tea. I can live with that. But here's the thing about that. She was using a Yeti cup that doesn't fit in the cup holder. Now, I have made comments multiple times that we have 2 Yeti cups in this house. None of them are good for the cars because they do not fit in the cup holder, yet they insist on pouring hot beverages into these Yeti cups and driving with them. That's a separate topic for another time. But what I'm trying to say is this. The word of the day is patience. Okay, it was going to be intentionality. I was going to do a video on that, but I'll do a one on that tomorrow. But the word of the day is patience. Because at the end of it all, I didn't yell at my daughter too much. I mean, obviously, my tone was peaked because I was freaking out. The last thing I want is for my insurance to go up again. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, how you can get it to come down, which I did. So the last thing that I need right now is to put a claim on my insurance and it go sky high for ever and ever. Who knows how long, right? But the whole point of this video today is don't let anyone change the way that you show up, no matter who it is. Obviously, I'm a little upset because I've had multiple conversations of if you're driving, make sure with a hot beverage, make sure that it fits safely into your cup holder. Now, my children think that I am crazy, and perhaps I am because I'm like pretty OCD about those things. I hate when stuff spills all over the car. I especially hate when it spills all over me, but it's not the spillage so much as the possibility of getting burned and getting into an accident that drives my OCD about that. But in any case, even when your kids smash your buttons and really screw up, I think it's important to be patient because it shows them a lot about having character and integrity, right? Because it's easy to be nice when things are going good. It's incredibly hard to be nice when something bad happens. But I do think that it shows who you are as an individual, as a person, as a mom, as a human being. Like, my daughter's obviously also freaking out about her car. Her brand new car that I got for her when she graduated college is, I wouldn't say total, but, and actually I bought her a brand new car because anybody who knows me, they know my babies were not driving hoopties. And now she's like, Mama, my car is a hoopty. I'll post a picture of what it looks like. It's really not that bad, but it does need to get fixed. Anyway, aside from that, patience, you're gonna have to have an extraordinary amount of patience when you're raising your kids because they will test you. They will do stuff that you've told them not to do. And if they get in trouble when they don't listen to you, I think it's so important how you show up for them. Like, clearly my daughter knows that I am not happy, but I will move heaven and hell to assist her in any way that she needs. And that teaches kids something. It teaches them trust. It teaches them to have healthy relationships, to be able to talk about anything. And yeah, so that's how my day is ending today. And even for me as a woman, it also teaches me, you know, to be confident in myself, in how I say that I'm going to conduct myself, react to things. I really do pride myself in not letting people get me so much out of my character that I have something to be ashamed of, to be sorry for, to regret later. If there's one thing about me, and this is probably a toxic trait about me, I hate apologizing. I do hate apologizing, but I will apologize. If I am wrong, I will apologize, but because I don't like to apologize, I will literally filter my words, and I try not to come out of character, because I also don't want to make you feel worse than what you already do. And you should also not want to make your kids feel worse than they already are. You don't get anything out of kicking somebody's back out and putting your foot on their neck just because they didn't listen to you. So, the last tip is this. So last year, if you live in the state of New Jersey, you know that everybody's car insurance went up. Meanwhile, I have an excellent driving record, have paid, my insurance is on auto pay, okay? So I have like the auto pay discount. I've never missed a payment. And these, okay, want to raise my insurance. I'm like, but why? How? Like, what's going on? They were like, oh, this is just, I don't know what they called it. But I was like, ma'am, this is unacceptable, because I was paying $182 for my insurance for me and my daughter, okay? Because that's another thing. If your kids have excellent grades and they're in college, you submit that information to the insurance company, they will drop some dollars off of that, okay? If you didn't know. And there's another way to get even more discounts, which is tedious and time consuming, but worth it, and I'll tell you why. So my insurance last year was $182. And last September, it went up to $240 something. I'm like, how do you raise my insurance $60 and not even ask me if I can afford this? Okay? And the money's not the problem, it's the goddamn principle. All right? It's the same car, same house, same driveway, nothing's changed, but somehow you think you could charge me an extra $60. I was like, listen, is there anything that can be done? And yes, there is, but they don't tell you this. Luckily, I had a really nice insurance lady, an older lady who was slow as molasses, okay? But she hooked me up. Also, patience, because I'm on the phone talking to her. Obviously, I'm upset that I'm looking at, in a bill that's increased $60 a month times 12, okay, for a mama. That's a lot of money. So I let her go through her whole spiel, and I was like, listen, what else can be done? And she said, well, there's one more thing you can do. And honestly, I'm not really sure what the term is, but this is what I did to get my insurance knocked down. And she transferred me over to an underwriter. And it has to be an underwriter that writes policy for your state. So I live in the state of New Jersey. She transferred me to an underwriter. They go through, it's basically like you have to go through this interview. You have to answer all of these questions. I mean, I was on the phone for 2 hours, okay? And you have to go through all these questions, and based on how you answer those questions, they can reduce your insurance policy. Another thing that will reduce your insurance policy is what you do for a living. So I work in the finance industry, but specifically in the technology department. And so my role there qualifies for an extra discount. So I got my insurance down from $242 down to, I think now I pay like $202. So not bad, right? And I'm just like, girl, now we have this little accident, and now my insurance is going to go back up again, and that is how my Tuesday ended for today, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I usually try not to drink during the middle of the week, but Mama's going to drink today. I just am. I have to.